What is up, everybody? It is your boy CrazyMace98, aka Nicholas Morales, founder of the EHG community, and we're here with our first EHG podcast. And I'm here with two special guests of mine, my friend Chris, who is a very special gaming buddy of mine, where we play games like Overwatch and so many other titles, and my boy Hellboy Games, a very close friend of mine, and one of the friends that I play like Apex and all the great battle royale games with. And right now we're gonna be talking about a specific topic that just pretty strong, especially in the game community, and that is Apex versus the fans. But before we start, I want to go ahead and let you guys know that if you're looking for any type of commission work, any type of work for comic book characters, video game characters, or etc., by all means follow Rando20XX on his Instagram, his Twitch, and his Facebook, where you can get in contact with him there, and he can help you with some great commission work. Also follow Travis Brown on his Instagram and his Twitter, where you can go ahead and listen to amazing EDM music, and within those social medias you can follow his SoundCloud and his Spotify. Also, by all means, follow Psycho World Gaming on the Twitch and Psycho World Art on Instagram. If you're looking for t-shirts that you see right now that is displayed for you, by all means go to teespring.com/psychoworld and take a look at the designs, where there are going to be more designs being put up. And by all means follow Rose, which is on Instagram, which is also on YouTube. If you're looking for someone who is very passionate with their music, especially puts them heart into it, and you're looking for like something of a hip-hop beat, then by all means follow Rose. And this podcast is sponsored by Pulse Labs. If you're looking for anything of amazing equipment when it comes to gaming chairs, gaming keyboards, and gaming tables, then by all means go ahead and take a look at the link in the description, which is pulselabs.com/EHG, and you'll have a link to amazing products. Alright, so I brought you guys in here because when it comes to a lot of different titles, I know me and Chris, we were playing things like Overwatch. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were playing like big competitive games, and then when me and Seth got back in contact with each other, we started playing Apex, and we started playing like Fortnite, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like as someone who doesn't play like a lot of battle royales, because I don't like that many battle royales, I would say Apex Legends is one of the greatest battle royales I've seen so far. Especially like if I would say it's one of the games that actually took a big player base from Fortnite, and it's kind of difficult to do. That's like extremely difficult to do. But reason why I brought you guys here is because this is something that's been happening in the news, like especially in the gaming community, and it's been with something with the Apex Legends developers and their response to angry fans because of something in the game. I don't know if you guys know, there was something called the Iron Crown event. Do you remember that event where you could play like singles and everything, and there was special skins and special cosmetics set up with the game? You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there was something like that where someone had a major issue with it, and it was literally, it got to a point where the players, especially one, actually said the issue was that like with the skins, and that the only way to acquire them was through a strenuous and pricey loot box system. So like something with the microtransactions, and somebody called that out on Reddit. And with that, one of the developers from Respawn, which is a company under EA, went ahead and responded to that. And then this was literally the response to what he said to that person. He's like, "Hey everyone, found the dick I was talking about." The developer, who DK05, that's the name of the developer. That's what he said in regards to that. And then he was like, and I quote, "Guess what? I didn't even read your comment except for the first sentence and last. This kind of garbage doesn't warrant a reply. But lucky for you, I already made a comment about this earlier. Go find it." And in addition to that, he was like saying something like in regards to being in the industry. So this is what he said. He's like, I've been in the industry long enough to remember when players weren't complete asshats to developers, and it was pretty neat. I forged a bunch of long-lasting relationships from back then. Would be awesome to get back there and not engaging with toxic people or asking how high when the mob screams jump is hopefully a start. They even ended up calling some of the players freeloaders from not spending their money on a free to play game, and that they stated that they love. So it was just basically a war of words to a point where the CEO of Respawn had to apologize to them. He had to apologize for the dev to literally be like, hey, you know what, we're sorry about this. We shouldn't contribute to toxic and nasty comments, so we need to lead by example. You know, and with that, the guy, I'm not sure if he was penalized for it. I'm not sure about anything of that, but they want to try to make a healthy relationship with the fans. So, Hellboy, you've played many things with with battle royales. Of course, you played like a lot of like PUBG. You played like Fortnite, and you played Apex with me.
Yeah.
How does it feel that that the devs actually just like clapped back like the way they did?
When it comes down to it, you can't force someone to pay for a game, correct?
Correct.
And when it comes down to it, you download, those developers put hundreds of hours in. I'm not defending anyone, but at the same time, with toxic,
To cut you off really quick, I'm sorry. I need you to.
Yeah.
You're getting cut off a little bit. So.
All right, are we good?
Yeah,
Are we
there you
all
go.
right?
There you go.
All right. So when it comes down to it, you can't make people pay for a free-to-play game. But in the long run of things, if you love a game, by all means, spend a little bit of money. I'm not saying throw out a couple grand. Like I've put a lot of money in. I have endless skin, endless kills, everything,
Mm-hmm.
because I personally love it. And I
Mm-hmm.
think the backlash that happened, was it called for? Kinda. Was it unjust still, and it wasn't really taken into professional aspect? They could have gone about it a whole lot different. But, they were pushed to a certain point with toxicity and other abuse, and it was within the studio's rights, I think. So,
Okay. Chris. Especially from like areas like from like certain places, like especially big games like this, like things like Overwatch, like anything of like battle royale type of games or anything basically competitive. Uh, we see a lot of toxicity within these fan bases, but at one point, there are ways to handle this in a professional way from the game company. What is your saying on this specifically?
When it comes to toxicity, I think it just really comes down to trying to be the better man, coming from the developers and stuff like that. Being a little more professional. I mean, if you see toxicity like that, I mean, you can do like generic statements and stuff like that. Just don't take it personal, because there's going to be a lot of people out there. There's always going to be something that they hate, or there's something that you guys may have pushed the boundaries on, and it irritated your fan base or your game players. Um, Taking it personal and having like a I'd hate to say a little fit like that, kind of makes it a little uh I don't know, negative for any new people who might hear about this coming onto your game, and it might actually push a few people in your game away from it just because you were a little unprofessional, and you're trying to kind of still make some money off of this through your skins and stuff. but you still want to keep your fan base at the same time, you know?
So I definitely agree on both points. My thing about it, especially with things like this, there's a major thing, especially now for me, for understanding, especially for certain games, that like it is. I feel like it is exactly how the dev explained it. That if it's like more of, oh, you know, if they tell you to jump, you say how high type of mentality. You know, like sometimes, like especially where the complaint was about the microtransactions for it. And you know, I kind of see the complaint about it, but in another sense, like things like, you know, having these free games, like such as like Fortnite, and such as like, you know, Apex, it's very important where things like microtransactions play, because especially in those areas like buying skins, buying season passes, and buying currency for those free games also help, you know, developers and the companies make money. So I kind of see like on the dev side, but on the side for responding, I think the way he responded was like extremely unprofessional at one point. I understand that there are things that people are not gonna like, and that's fine. That's your opinion. You don't have to like certain things. You probably give things out like, like in a way that you don't like mean to come out messed up, or some people will take it personal. But based on his job, or based on where he's trying to literally, you know, have a like connection with the fan base, he would want to be able to communicate with them, like for instance, if there was something wrong and people saying the wrong way, he would be like, oh, okay, you know, I'm sorry that you feel this way. What is something or some way that we can make it a better experience for you and other people, you know? And then if it's an impossible thing to do, or if it's something that it's out of their power to do, because like sometimes for like certain things like microtransactions, that's out of the dev's hands. They could honestly be honest, be like, hey, you know, we have little to do with with that, you know.
Yeah, that would come from like the uh, marketing people, and you know, people in charge of the financing, why they priced it the way they did. And yeah, it is a free game, so they do need to make some sort of money. I don't know, like a lot of free programs and stuff. I don't know if this really goes towards gaming. They get donations and stuff, and I'm pretty sure they don't get that many donations to help, you know, run all these things. So they have to make money somewhere.
Hmm. Yeah, it's like as I said, I see it with both ways here. Like I just stated that maybe there's a professional way he can buy it, but at one point he does have somewhat of an issue with that, and have somewhat of a way that, you know, that it's true about, you know, with certain things in the gaming community. Um, at one point, I kind of understand also why he clapped back and defended what he did. You know,
Mm.
because like nowadays, like you there's a lot of game companies that did that. Insomniac did it with Spider-Man. Remember with there was a whole thing with Spider-Man and the shadowing issue.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was stuff like that. It was and there was a time where EA actually clapped back on, I think it was Battlefield 1, and I think it's either Battlefield 1 or Battlefield 5. It was like literally, you don't like it, just don't play it. Like it's stuff like that, you know. It's it's like to a certain extent where like sometimes like even listening to the gaming community can be a negative and a positive outcome of it.
Yeah, it's gotten difficult, especially with all the social media that we have nowadays, and a
Mhm.
lot of people don't realize, I think, or they do realize how harsh they are being. And used to, you know, if you say stuff, you used to have to say stuff to people's face, and nowadays you don't have to. So you kind of get to hide behind the screen, and you can say a lot of stuff without many repercussions to yourself. And I think that's part of the toxicity issue going on nowadays. It's unfortunate for game developers now because they want to be part of the gaming community, have talks and stuff like this, but then you also come across the toxicity aspect to it, and some people just can't handle those kind of situations and handle them professionally.
Mm.
It's unfortunate for this developer uh, that he wasn't able to, hold his head high and just deal with the toxicity and then attack some of the players. But I think that's just the way with social media and everything's going these days. There's really not many repercussions, so you're just going to get a lot more of this happening and at a faster rate than what we used to.
Yeah, that's true. It's like Hellboy. It's like because I've seen you play PUBG. You're damn good. I think you're amazing. But it's like me critiquing you, like for instance, like giving you like certain critique on it. It's like, hey, maybe you should hide in this bush. Maybe it will go ahead and be like, maybe you should hide in this bush because you'll get more of an advantage if you're hiding. That would be like something like proper critique. But if I go ahead and say, oh, you suck, and then you'll be like, oh, why do I suck? And then I can't give you a reason why. That's like improper. Like I feel like there's proper and improper critique. Because when I just tell it, like, if I just tell you, oh, you suck because you suck, then that won't teach you how to get better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like a criticism and constructive criticism.
Two completely different things.
Yeah. Use Overwatch for example. Like DPS players. If you're in with the DPS player and they're getting all the kills or whatever, thinking that they're high and mighty, and then they look at you and say that you suck, and then they just run off and do whatever, and then they're just toxic the whole game. Well, they're not helping you improve at all, and you're just sitting there trying to figure out what you're doing wrong, or you're just getting pissed off yourself. So your game's not going to get any better, and that's just destructive criticism, as opposed to somebody who would actually, hey, I see what you're doing over there. Change your positioning to over here, and that'll help out a little bit, and that would actually help improve, and your game would probably go a lot better. But you don't really, it's getting hard to actually find people that will do that these days. I don't know if it's just like I was saying, the fact that there's really not much repercussion because, hey, you're not here next to me, or if it's just a lot of people maybe without I don't know, socialization skills or sociable skills, and
Mm.
they just come across that way, and then it just devolves into, toxicity. It's I actually think they should probably do a study on maybe some of this stuff psychologically.
Yeah. Hellboy, what do you think about that? Like, what do you think about the criticism, constructive criticism?
I think it's gotten to a point being hit where it's the battle for the biggest. Like I am a PUBG sponsor. Uh,
Yeah.
I stream it all the time.
Yeah, you're getting
And
cut off again. Sorry.
oh gosh, all right, are we good?
Yeah, I'm sorry, dude.
It's okay. I live in the suburbs, so
Yeah,
hit
so
or miss, right? But when it comes down to it, I think it's the battle for the biggest ego on the game platform that you're playing. Like he said, there are no repercussions, and if there are, they're very minuscule. Like, you know, a Twitch streamer says a bad word, what happens? Banned off of it,
mm.
and they come right back on. Like, I stream PUBG Mobile, as you sponsored, and when I stream, sometimes I just won't talk to my teammates. I'll type just because I want to be able to talk to my mean more. And then in that, when you don't talk to your team, they think you're just like a bad person. They're like, oh, this. No, not at all, not at all. Like I type in like, yo, I'm talking to my people.
That sounds like a
And then
teammate on Overwatch.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, it's gotten to the point in PUBG where if you don't have a mic, no one's picking you back up, even if you have 12 kills. Like, I had a stream, I had 17 kills. It was down to me and my partner, and we were squads and top 9. And I'm sitting there dying, and I was like, dude, I'm typing in. I'm like, help, 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 help. Like, get over here, get over here. I was like, I already dropped them. They're all crawling. Made its way across the map more. And he just let me die and comes over and takes all my loot. And I'm like, bro, what? This is a team effort. Like, what? And then when I died, he's sitting there cussing at me. He's like, oh, you piece of blah, 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 blah. Like, dude, seriously?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's definitely sounds like something an Overwatch competitive too. It's like if you lucky enough to get a good communication, then thing goes well. But there's two types of communication that will happen. It's like, oh, you're playing freaking Widow, all right, throw. You're playing Sombra, throw. Or you're playing Baptiste, he doesn't heal as much. Or it's like if you're playing an Apex, oh my goodness, so you're playing Gibraltar. All right, so I'm gonna just like fly right into the water. Or is it like
Yeah.
it's like
I had somebody get mad at me because I lagged out in comp, and I was like, I'm sorry, and it's I don't usually lag out or whatever, and then he just goes on this like 3-minute toxic rant on why I suck as a player, and I'm like, really, dude, it was just like a one-time lag. Come on. He goes, your stats suck. Da, da, da. I was like, well, you have time to look at my stats, then play the game.
wait, aren't you in Masters?
No, I'm a plat.
Oh, okay, no, the people like in Masters or Diamond would be Brady and Cedric.
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys were like there like at one point when it came to like top plays. I got
Yeah, they are top 500 players actually.
yeah, I can't stand Cedric's fucking McCree. I hate it. It's like you know the Peacekeeper in Apex?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Oh,
dude, it's like the Peacekeeper in Apex. And then the way Cedric shoots, this kid does not miss a damn headshot.
He's actually been helping me out a little bit too, so I've been going up in the rank. He's been helping me, teaching me some tricks.
Yeah, I know like him and Brady. I know Brady's a top Genji, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just started playing the counters for those two. I was like Cedric. Okay, let me get Roadhog. Is it Brady? Okay, let me get Moira. But it's like these guys don't play around. But back to the topic.
it's easy
Right.
to go off topic.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just like
it's, just because we got onto the toxicity and then a coming game.
yeah, that's gonna be for the next subject. It's just like the thing is like major things like in Apex, especially with what's going on with the fans, is like one of the biggest things of why it possibly lost a couple of players. But if you see right now, it's coming out with season 3 with another character, and
Yeah.
with that, it's probably gonna come out with another event, another battle pass, all that stuff. I would say that as I said, when it comes to listening to like the fans, it's a gamble. I always say this because it's like, as much as we want to try to or as much as a dev, I wouldn't say we. Even though I know like certain things of how to make a game and have like use like the programs for it, I haven't developed the game yet, but it's like as much as like they would want to go ahead and give to the fans, they end up taking and then they end up losing either way. Like for instance, let's say we're playing a brand new Unreal tournament, right?
Yeah.
All right, playing Unreal tournament. They wanted something of more customization for it. All right, they wanted something of more like things like more of a customization, more skins and stuff like that. Okay, fine. You know what? They're gonna work more. Here's more skins. Here's a skin pack for like $4.99, right? They got what they want. They got the skins. $4.99 for like let's say like 5 or 6 skins. That's not a bad deal. Would you say?
No.
Yeah, that sounds stealing.
Yeah, it's like they'll think, oh, now you're making us pay for skins instead of working for it. You know, you're money hungry. It's like they just made skins. They want to get paid for it. It's like they can never win on that aspect.
Well, I mean, when you come down to it, you do have, and I know when I say this, people that end up with this after feel a certain kind of way, but when it comes down to it in the gaming world, there are there's three kinds of players. You have the diehard that will pay whatever the price is just to have that gold AR, that gold Desert Eagle, that amazing helmet, that, kick-ass, kill, you know? And there's also the players that, they'll spend $5 every. That way they're not, overspending on their. And then you have the people that download this free game that are playing it, nonstop. And they don't spend anything. And all three of those all have a choice to either spend wisely, or don't.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, if I was a developer, I would see that and be like, this guy's putting in so much because he loves, and that's what makes those kind of games have traction. That's what brings us more maps. That's what brings us more guns, more ideas, more this, more that. And unfortunately there's always going to be, and whether you guys want to put the money into the game or not, that's up to you guys. Just don't be mad when someone's like, oh, you're a cheapskate. Well, if you didn't pay anything, why are you getting mad? Obviously, if the fits, wear it.
Yeah, it's like,
sorry.
I agree with that. It's like if I go ahead and put in money, like I would say the most I've put in a game was DC Universe Online. I've put in probably almost $500-$600 for subscriptions, like to be able to play the damn game online and get like all the memberships until it was like, oh, it's free to play. I was like, okay, that's great, it's free to play, amazing. now I could be able to play it, and with that, now with things like I would say like things like that, like people are just like, they think when a dev is trying to make more money, then it's a bad thing. I don't see that. Like, in my opinion, I don't see that. Especially for things like they're giving a lot to, like for instance, remember how 11 that was when Skyrim first came out, right? All right, and then we had like the expansions. We had I think it's Hearthstone, and then we had Dragonborn. We had and we have another one, Hearthstone, Dragonborn, and also I would say a third one. It was just a third one. Dawnguard. Excuse me. And the thing is with stuff like that, it's a major thing with like buying expansions, because they're giving you a full game and then they're giving you extra with it. Like without those expansions, there's still a lot more to do, especially for games like Skyrim or Fallout 4.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you've seen how massive like any Skyrim game is. Like with that, with besides any doing a DLC, you have a bunch of missions. You have continuously active missions, and
the replay value is amazing.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
I just had to throw that in there. Like, holy crap.
I've had, you don't know how many times I've had Skyrim. I've had Skyrim I had Skyrim for PS3. I had Skyrim for PS4. I had Skyrim for the Switch. I had Skyrim for PC at one point, because it was my brother's game. And then all of a sudden, like I was like, why am I continue playing this? I even still have Oblivion. I have not even played Oblivion in years. like those games have replay value. Like apparently somehow Fortnite has replay value because Fortnite knows how to attract people into it with the gameplay and with some of the stuff that it provides. And the thing is, like, when people try to see that, when developers are trying to make more money out of that and try to at least get more money out of it, I don't see it as greedy. I think it should be something that you should be able to help out developers with,
Right, because you're not getting donations really. You're just getting a free game for the most part, and then people are stingy with money is basically what it comes down to. If you even if a skin was like $1, you'd probably see people complain. But they got to make money somehow. I mean, look at all the great stuff that they're doing for you, and I mean, I could see, like, to a certain extent, if they pushed it up too much, like Apex, their whole thing. I think it was like 18 real world dollars to actually get the skins, or like one of the skins. And
yeah, it was specifically because it was a special edition skin, I believe.
Yeah,
I believe it was an Octane skin.
I don't see it here, but yeah, but it's a special edition. People have to understand that special editions like a once in a lifetime thing. But at the same time, for marketing, you have to think, is it one of those where people are going to be willing to spend like $20? I'm just rounding up here, for a skin in a game, or is that do they need to come up with like my grandfather used to say, is it a whatever price? Like, people is like, oh, it's $5, whatever, I'll just go ahead and spend on that. Or is it going to be hurting the pocket a little bit more, like said the $20? But I understand at the same time that they need to make money, so I think they just need to find a little bit better of a balance, maybe.
Yeah, I can agree with that. It's just like, one thing that I hear a lot that I just think is the dumbest thing I hear. I don't know if you guys have heard this or seen this in group chats, especially on Facebook. It's like, oh, these companies are extremely money hungry. Like, people have to eat. Like what? Like, it's like so you're spending,
manage your money better.
exactly. It's like $10 on a battle pass, or $10 on fucking milk or soda or something to eat, or go out to eat. Because it's like especially out here in Florida, there are a lot of people who are homeless, especially from Orlando, Miami, especially in places like Tampa. Like especially out here, like, it's like, do you think they would want to go ahead and spend like money on a battle pass instead, or at least to get something for food, And
yeah, I live just down the street from Los Angeles, so you just gotta wonder, is like, people are gonna choose food over a game,
yeah,
pretty much any day.
yeah, it's like I have no, like it's like, oh my goodness, I have $10. But I'm homeless. Should I go get something to eat? Like, there's milk. I could buy milk, soda, or anything. Oh no, look at that. That's the Apex Battle Pass. Nope, screw all that stuff. Apex. Like, it's like, no. Like you don't do that.
But
like,
I think we're talking about two completely different groups.
I
mean,
go ahead.
At the end of the day, these people that are developing these, and like I said, I'm not on any, but I have completely, I've put a lot of money into Apex. I've put probably 4 times the amount that I've put on Apex into PUBG. It's still way too much to be doing, but I do that because I love the game. I do that because I love having those skins. I love going in and being in that trio and people are like, dude, what? How did you get that? I paid for it. What other answer is there? I paid for it, like, I as soon as Octane Watson, and
Mirage was it Mirage or
yeah,
Caustic?
Mirage. I don't use Mirage, but I bought it. You
No.
know, I unlocked everyone. Caustic, I'm not really a fan. I'm a Bloodhound major with a Gibraltar minor. Those are my two babies.
Yeah, it's me. I think it's Lifelink
Yeah,
or Wraith, Lifeline or or um or Wraith.
Wraith is good if you know how to play. Like, holy crap. If you have a tank and a scout on your team as a bro, it's over.
Yeah, yeah, it's really good, especially like right now. Octane's like highly played because
Well,
he's
I love Octane, but at the same time, every single time you use his little boost, it takes away. And I'm
yeah.
just like, but that's another thing. People are gonna complain. Oh man, his special is a boost. Well, guess what? When you stab yourself, you hurt yourself. Oh man, I don't like this. I didn't like it at first, and then I was like, it's a give and take. It's yin and yang, and that's what this entire discussion is. It's yin and yang. People say this and say that, and you have to find that common ground that's in between both of them, and have to look at it from an outsider's third point of view, and be like, they're doing this because of this. They don't like it because of this, and that's how I see it. I don't know if I'm in the wrong for that or.
No. I see it. I understand it. It's just like as I said. Like for me, I feel like it has to be like managing your money. Like let's say if I get my paycheck and my paycheck is like for something, or like if I'm lucky enough, like $450, $500.
Yeah.
I have the car payments, house payments, everything with like groceries. I would say like get those things done, and then whatever you got, like if you want to go out, or if you need to save a little bit of money, or you want to be able to buy a game or do something with a battle pass, then yeah, that's a major thing. Then by all means go ahead and do so. I think it has to do with a little bit of what Chris said with like managing money.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like
Yeah, and it's on both ends. It's on the consumer and it's on the developers end. Because they have to make money themselves as developers, but that way they can keep spitting out this awesome stuff for us. And at the same time, the consumer needs to take care of themselves before they go ahead and just douse money on a game. And you got to find that medium. It's unfortunate, like some events you might have to skip out on because you have to save money, but you can take care of yourself first before you take care of the game.
Yeah, like I missed out on like a couple of battle passes for paladins. I like paladins because sometimes I didn't have the money, or I needed to send money for bills when I was working during the time, and with stuff like that, it's a major thing. That is a big deal, and that's something that you want like to be part of. And welcome Walter into the chat.
Hello.
Yeah, so
To the podcast.
yeah, welcome to the podcast, because right now we're on a topic of Apex versus the fans. So like, would you like me to catch you up to what happened and what the topic is about?
Sure.
Okay, so the company Respawn that made Apex Legends. A developer responded back to some criticism in regards to the especially for things like getting skins for a specific event in Apex. It was to get that stuff, like the loot box system was pricey, and it was strenuous hard work to unlock the skins. So a dev went ahead and responded right back to the actual person, and with that the way he said it, like it was kind of surprising. So would you like me to read what he said? Like he said regards to and the developer's name is DK05. So he's like, "Hey everyone, found the dick I was talking about. Guess what? I didn't even read your comment except for the first sentence and last. This kind of garbage doesn't warrant a reply, but lucky for you, I already made a comment about this earlier. Go find it. I've been in the industry long enough to remember when players were in complete asshats to developer, and it was pretty neat. I forged a bunch of long-lasting relationships from back then. Would be awesome to be back then and not engaging with toxic people or asking how high when a mob screams jump is hopefully a start. And then with that, it ended with, him calling some players freeloaders and asshats. Now, I don't like with that, they had the CEO of Respawn apologize for the way he talked and for the way he said that stuff. So what do you think on regards to what he did? Was he right for doing that? Were the fans were the fans like fine for like telling what happened, like telling about an issue in the game, like especially with loot boxes, or is it in the middle? What do you believe in that, Walter?
Well, the first thing, which I'm pretty sure everyone would either know or has already been pointed out to, is the fact that Apex is a free-to-play. Just like Fortnite, and I can't remember the really garbagey launch game for that. Oh God, what was it? It was that werewolf one. My main thing is
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I honestly think that they should just shut down all the free-to-play games. I mean, it sounds brutally honest, but all the games like Fortnite and Apex, I honest to God feel like they should not be free-to-play. Because on one end, I don't think the developers should have called the guy or any of the other players asshats and or freeloaders. But on the same aspect, I mean, you personally know how I take a stance to calling people names sometimes, Nick. I'm not gonna lie, there are asshats and freeloaders in these free-to-play communities. Whether they're 10-year-olds or 60-year-old veterans that have been playing on the N64 in their 30s or 20s. We kind of now have all these $40, $60 games coming out, and people are bitching that there's either A, not enough content, or B, the game sucks. And then you have free-to-play games, which I'm pretty sure everyone here would probably admit we don't keep high standards to those games, even though I personally think Apex kind of has a better, higher standard than most of the other free ones. Yeah. These free-to-play games are pricey, but they are fair to be pricey because you're either going to help support the game by buying the in-game currency to buy your boxes, your skins, your outfits, your backgrounds, your calling cards, or you're going to pay $60 and then still do what like Call of Duty does and have the in-game coins to then purchase more boxes to roll loot crates. Because we've kind of hit the point. Now, I remember back when I was playing PlayStation 1, I was fresh out of diapers. I was like 3-4 years old. Games were like $40 a CD. And you look at the size and development time for a lot of these games, and it was nothing. Now you're looking at games that are 4, 5, 6 years in the making. Even some of these free-to-play games are taking 2-3 years to come out without having horrible launches that are tanking the company's like public interest. You can't expect a free-to-play game to not be pricey. The free-to-play game company should not expect to be held at a high standard either, even if their game is like the highest tiered game for 3 years running. Because if the company and or devs or the player base loses interest, the game's dead. Where you can play a game, I'll give you an example. I could still get on Black Ops 2 on the 360 and play that game for the next 10 years because I have that on disc. I don't have to put another penny into that game, and I don't have to worry about player base. I have everything on that game straight down unlocked. Where your free-to-play games, they're always adding more content weekly, monthly, or bi-monthly. If it's too pricey, the only thing I can tell you is either suck it up, manage your money better, or go out and buy a $60 game, play that for 2 months, and then come back and buy $10 or $20 in currency, and then just see where it gets you. The dev honestly should have been fired for calling them asshats, but on the same aspect, I kind of agree, because I've noticed Apex community has been getting slightly toxic on the PlayStation, more to what it was 2 months ago. I actually uninstalled it again because of the community.
Can I intervene really quick?
Sure, go ahead, by all means.
So looking more into this, they were like, and this is coming from Forbes, you know, highly respected. And it says, quote, clearly pushing back against toxicity, death threats, and other abuse is well within a studio's right. Whether it will do much good is another question. Did it make things worse? Of course, when they said freeloaders, asshats, and dick. But I mean, when you're a gamer and you're sitting there threatening developers with death, do you not expect to have backlash, publicly or private? I mean, it's come to a point. It's reached the precipice of where are you as a gamer? Because I remember playing Halo 3 and using Forge. Dude, was there toxicity? Yeah, but at the end of the day, everyone was like, dude, I fucking love this, you know? Like, and now you're sending death threats to a company that gave you a free game, and you're sitting there bitching because, oh no, something's $18. Okay, if it's $18 and you're so worried about $18, dude, here's the thing. It's called free will. You don't have to spend the $18. That is up to you. The
And
developer does not have a gun to your head saying buy this or you're off.
That's like what happened with I don't think you know this. This it's like similar, especially with what some of the fans are doing now, especially not just with the devs, but with some people who work in the company. I don't know, Chris. I don't know if you know this, but did you know about the messages and the death threats sent to Brigida's voice actor?
Yeah, I read about that. That was crazy.
Yeah. The voice actors even are in trouble, like to a point where gamers now, especially for a character named Brigida, who is a healer in Overwatch, the voice actor was threatened and also, you know, sent all these messages saying, "Oh, your character ruined the game," like she knew anything about character design or anything like that, to a point where.
Good Lord.
Yeah, to a point where she had to shut off their Twitter. And
Yeah, her and I believe it was the Moira voice actor was also getting a lot of threats and stuff too.
yeah, it's stuff like that just like that's why I say like for like certain areas it's not good to listen to the gaming community. Like if we're getting constructive criticism, like if I'm doing a game and the community is like, oh, we would like to see this more in the game, we would like to see this within the story, probably this in character creation, like good criticism, then yeah, I'm gonna take that all in, like, okay, I'm gonna add this in right now, or if not, if I get another chance, I'll add it into the next game. I promise to give you guys more. But if you're threatening someone, like, oh, this is not put in the game and we're gonna send somebody to kill you, like stuff like that, that's an issue. That's a major issue, because that.
Yeah, I think that's like what I was saying earlier. There's like because you're behind a screen or a TV, there's like no repercussions to what you say to people nowadays, and it's sad.
Well, sort of like there is sort of some repercussion if you send a message, actually.
Yeah, if it's like a private message or something like that,
Yeah.
or an actual death threat, you can actually be arrested for, I believe, in some states.
In Florida,
But,
definitely, because that's actually happened recently.
But
Oh,
the
yeah.
toxicity level, people are so toxic, but they don't expect any repercussions because they're not face to face with these people, you know.
I'm more than sure half the comments these people leave for these devs would probably break their face.
Yeah, and plus it's also the mentality like of like, you know, I pay $60, I have the right to say this. It's like I
You
get
do.
it's like you do have the right to say like something like, oh, you know what, like we're criticizing and trying to bring into the game, but if you're doing things like threatening someone, then you know what, and say God forbid somebody actually decides to do something like this, and God
Yeah.
forbid somebody actually goes ahead and does that and gets killed in return for trying to do so because of self-defense, then how good was your $60?
Yeah.
Let me put it to you like this. This is just my personal opinion, and you know, people are probably gonna get heated. I feel like first off, you know, the U.S. laws are kind of bullshitted with dealing with threats, especially online. The way I see it is whether you're on personal Facebook or you're on your company's email, if someone decides to make a threat on your life, your family, or you know, your I don't really want to word this the wrong way, like forcing themselves to cause any kind of harm to you in any kind of way. My personal opinion is the first thing you should be able to do is take that email, take that message down to the police barracks. The police should have to give you their legal home address and either have them immediately arrested, or you should be entitled to basically, when they go out to check their mail, kick the living crap out of them and be like, yeah, you remember talking shit to like Teddy Bear Ginger Fluff Nugget at Bethesda.com saying you're going to put a round in him and his family? Well, guess
That
what? I
reminds
just put
me-
my fist in your face.
Reminds me of Thor in the last Avengers movie.
Yes, yes, with the Fortnite crap. It's just
Yeah.
like, you know what? Because let's be honest, we have people like online streaming getting swatted. I'm pretty sure the people that do like pull that crap don't get arrested.
Actually, they actually have. What couple of them have.
Okay, and what exactly are they gonna get? Falsifying a police report?
They have, and they have gotten around 10 to 15.
10 to what?
Oh,
10 to
yeah.
15.
Years?
Yeah.
Dude, if you swat
No,
someone's
I would
house,
honest to God just put
you're
their head on a
screwed.
cinder block and kick it through the cinder block. Either their face breaks or the cinder block breaks.
Well, yeah. If you did that, like if they did like something on your block, like if they decide to come over to your house and they're on your property to do that, you have a right to do
this
that.
is what I mean. You literally publicly do that to one person. Either everyone's gonna shut up, stop making these threats, or you're gonna have half a country missing their teeth. I mean, you kind of, you know, there has to be a line drawn in the sand here. I'm not gonna lie. When Bethesda launched 76, I paid what, honey, $100 for the Tricentennial Edition, and it was one of the shittiest games I ever played.
And you didn't even get some of the crap they were promised.
Yeah, and then all like half the crap I got promised to have for, you know, specifically getting that copy, almost everyone wound up getting anyways.
Yeah, I heard it was
You know,
pretty bad. It was really bad, especially like.
I was one of the only people that could play the beta on my friends list for more than an hour without getting kicked off. But as soon as the game launched, I couldn't even get into the server.
But Walter, they have something new that is gonna make you change the whole idea of the game. I promise.
No.
They have wait, Walter, they have NPCs.
No, listen, they can suck the bear's balls on that one because I paid $100, and I'm not even entitled to get like listen, if you're gonna put money into a game, right, you shouldn't have to pay $18 for a damn body armor, color skin, and that's it. Because I'm gonna use Black Ops 2 for an example. You know why? Because Call of Duty and Battlefield are like some of the biggest first-person shooters, right? Well, back on Black Ops 2, you'd put like $3 to $7 or $8, and you could put a camo on every single gun, And it was that one, like, there wasn't like, oh, well, if you pay $12, your knockoff AK-47 sparkles. And for paying another $10 to $12, your M4 carbine knockoff sparkles. It was all your guns sparkle for $8.99.
Or you get this little keychain that looks like a lollipop right next to it.
You know what? I just want to say the one thing I love about Black Ops 4, for as much as I hate the game, is that salty keychain you could put on the side of your gun is just so hysterical when I get someone to rage.
I have that. That's the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life.
I'll literally go into the gun customization and just shake the thing around to watch it. I'm just like, I can't. This is where we've gone to.
That is the funniest shit ever. Like it's like, hey, you know what? Boom, 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 boom. You see in the side of my gun that says salt.
It's like every time I'm gonna shoot you on hardcore, even though you're dead, with my little 9mm knockoff, it's gonna spray salt in your wound.
Yeah, like when you die, it should be an explosion instead of like the blood exploding out. It should be an explosion of salt, just like it's like.
See, but like that's just it. Like I go on Siege and they want like all these tokens or like Siege coins for one keychain, and I'm like, who the hell would go through every possible combination of buying them for every gun in the game?
That's how I feel about certain characters, like the characters in Apex.
Like, if you have that much money, and I'll join you in it just because it's your money. Like, we'll go in there like a fashion team. I don't care if it's pink overall camouflage on like Twitch. I will do it. Mm-hmm. But I'm not gonna spend money on that crap.
Like, I think the most, as I said, the most I spend was on multiple games. Like I would say like, you know, like anything of a subscription based, like DC, that, and then that's like probably like a couple of
Oh my god.
Yeah, this was man. This was the beginning when it first DC. What happened?
I'm sorry.
Look at the top photo in the chat from your boy.
For those of you at home that are wondering why we're laughing and wondering why we're doing this,
it's like a short stub baby. Like what the hell kind of caliber would that be?
That's a 38 special. So
okay, a 38 special with an extension.
What did you do?
It's an extended clip, and the kid's holding it with a 38 revolver.
Oh my goodness!
Because you can equip an extended heavy mag to a revolver in Apex, so I was like, well, this is funny.
I like the one.
See, but that's the kind of magazine
I like the one with the baby with the epic vest.
Oh, with the care package. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Oh, Father, give me sight. Well, that's usually me, because I'm a Bloodhound Major.
Mozambique. We've got a Mozambique here.
Oh
See?
my god, dude.
Nobody cares.
A health drone, really?
I'm saving this one. I'm saving this one with the fucking revolver in the clip.
I'm going on
Guys,
my bonus saving all
welcome to the podcast.
Oh my goodness! When you
It's
want
turning
crazy,
into Ron Howard in here. Holy
when
shit.
you want crazy shit to happen, then
Oh
you need
no,
freaking Hellboy games.
no.
All right, guys, we're calling the strippers. I got it. Whipped cream and everything. I mean, what? YouTube demonetization starting now.
Oh my god, the Lord of the Rings has me spooked on so many levels.
It's
so
not
true.
wrong though.
I, honest to God, want to
Die fighting.
respawn 3 weeks later.
It's not wrong though. It really isn't wrong though.
Bro!
It's
Apex
pretty accurate.
Sucks though!
Compared to alright. So compared to Fortnite and PUBG, I could take Apex over PUBG and Fortnite, honestly.
Fair enough.
Alright, here's my list of the 3 games, okay? Alright. Apex
Shit-
is
shit in
definitely
Apex.
in the top 2. Fortnite sucks. I'm sorry for anyone
Yeah,
that
it
watches
does.
this. You can get
It
triggered.
does.
You can get your panties twisted. But if you play Fortnite, there is an odd possibility, a very odd possibility that you just never grew up or haven't gotten laid yet. One of the two.
I'm more than sure.
I
if your
get to
panties
dance
get-
with Marshmallow.
I'm more than sure if anybody's panties get in a bunch. I'm more than sure Nick's more than happy to pry them back unbunched.
I mean,
So-
I can just,
You
sing you
know-
some Frank Sinatra and you'll be alright.
You know,
We love you.
Walter.
We love you.
You know, all right, okay, all right. I'm gonna let you slide with that one. I'm gonna let you slide. I'm letting you slide. I'm letting you slide. Yeah,
Listen,
because this is what happens when like he was like, this is like he's still a little bit salty from the freaking the Resident Evil D&D last time.
Yeah,
Because
I'm
he
actually kind of sad. I'm kind of sad Jerry blow your ass up.
It's not even
I'm not
that.
gonna
It's
lie.
like he's like Nick, I'm gonna clap those cheeks, but like
Yeah,
nothing.
I'm gonna clap
He
your
did
cheeks.
nothing.
That way somehow they're
He
getting
did
clapped.
Bro, I
nothing.
couldn't stop
I'll be right
laughing.
He did nothing
But-
to it yet. But fucking Jared threw a grenade. I ended up taking 4 or 5 damage.
We are so off topic right now.
All right, all right, but
Look, going back to the topic, here's how I see it, right? If anyone bitches about there being a price for a skin, that's basically like saying, hey, Bethesda's known for that Deathclaw, never popping up. It's just stuck in the concrete. What the fuck do I do? Why are you bitching? Go about your day, as usual.
It's
Walk around.
cosmetic. Yeah.
for cosmetics,
You know
I'm
what?
fine with though.
Look at me, I'm loyal. I spent $900 in guns.
And it's not like it's
I
pay to
mean,
play. Pay to
Nick
win,
knows
you
how
know?
much I've spent on PUBG. I've spent thousands of dollars on PUBG.
Why would?
I've spent-
Why?
Because I'm sponsored, man. I have 7 accounts with everything from season 1 to 9 on every single one of them.
All right. Fair enough.
Just because
What?
I can end up selling them later down the road. It's like RuneScape. You level up, you sell it. People want it.
And you know what? That's
What?
fine. But as long as you're not putting a single person penny, if you are, I can't say your soul's gonna be saved, not even by Lucifer.
Wait, what did you say? You cut out. a
Walter,
bit.
we've done a lot of like everybody here has done a lot of things they regret. I don't think I think I'll be seeing all 3 of you guys in hell. Trust me.
Look,
Yeah,
all I gotta
listen,
say is
I'm bringing the
don't buy-
marshmallow, the
Do
chocolate,
not buy
and the graham crackers.
God. Do not buy Fortnite. Do not play Fortnite. Because if you do, you
Too
will
late.
have a gay clown sitting at the end of your bed waiting for you.
Yeah, listen, okay, you guys ever see, like, the one with the mansion? If that's the case, I'm Uncle Ray.
I'm gonna throw my pickaxe after you if you don't get out of my room, Mom. I'm trying to play Fortnite. Get out of my room. God.
Get the fuck out of my room! I'm trying to play Minecraft.
Oh, and I'm sorry, but I'm gonna go ahead and say this since Minecraft is on the subject, and I'm a very blunt person, and this is probably gonna get cut out of the podcast. But if you're over 30 and you still play Minecraft, possibilities of you meeting Chris Hansen rise dramatically of 78%.
Power just sniffed at them.
Just saying.
Stop. You're doing too much now.
in the goddamn toilet. Anyways,
All right.
you fucking kitten. Going up and sniffing my mashed potatoes. I don't know who
Okay.
he thinks he is.
Let me say this. If I could say that there are 3 battle royales I play that I'm okay with. I don't play Fortnite. I don't play Blackout. I don't play PUBG or H1Z1.
You don't play PUBG because you have no skill. Cough, cough.
No, I don't play PUBG because I don't have $30 to pay on fucking PlayStation. Because it's not even free to play.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'm the only one here with a gaming phone. My bad.
Yeah, but like it's like I'll play Apex. Apex is one of the ones I'll play. I'll play Realm Royale. Realm Royale is pretty fun. I like Realm Royale, especially like it's like made by the guys who did Paladins. You know, I'm a pretty big fan of them. Pretty cool. But there's also a 3rd one that is surprisingly a battle royale, which I was expecting it to be. That Tetris 99.
The what?
Tetris
What?
99.
What kind of, wait, did you
Really?
just say Tetris is a battle royale?
Tetris 99, the brand new one that is free on the Switch, is a battle royale.
Huh.
Yeah, because while you're playing Tetris on the other one, you're playing against 98 or 99 other people, and you have the ability to take out people by
Okay, but
clearing
we're
out the thing.
talking about a battle royale where you are in there either first or third person, grabbing guns and slaying thy enemies until first place. We're not talking about putting a fucking puzzle together.
Okay, then if it comes to any of the battle royales, it would be either Realm Royale or Apex for me. Apex, when it came out, I was okay with Apex. I'm fine with Apex. Fortnite, no. Fortnite, I can go on a major fucking tangent of why Fortnite is probably just like many reasons why I hate it.
I think everyone should go get mad at Fortnite instead of be mad at Apex. Like, bro, there are people like you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and drop a name. There's people like Ninja out there, right? Guess what? He has these little kids throwing money at him left and right. But what are those kids not doing that everyone is bitching about right now? They're not sending it to the developers. So when you're paying someone else to play a fucking game, and you're the same person that's sitting there bitching about said game, are you really that relevant?
You know what? I'm gonna write this down because that's gonna be the next
Sorry,
topic.
but
Fortnite.
boom,
Fuck it.
mind
Fortnite's
fucking
gonna be the
blown.
next
There it
topic.
is.
Fortnite
Done.
is gonna be the next thing, and I agree with you. I agree with you. I fucking agree with you. I'm not gonna disagree with you because I fucking agree with you. The problem is the only thing I like about Fortnite is that it it has the creator code that you can go ahead and support creators outside of the Epic Games area. So that's what I'm okay with because I do support like people like who do indie games and stuff like that where designs. That's why. I do also like Save the World. I can say I like Save the World, but the problem is they just fucked up to a point where it's like, oh, that Save the World's not going to be that big of a deal. Let's just go ahead and focus on our freaking battle royale, which was fucking dumb. I thought that was dumb. Like that's gotta be the next podcast thing, fucking Fortnite, and I'm gonna go on a major fucking tangent on it. Like literally, there's multiple things I can go on a tangent on. Like I could go on a tangent on freaking like some things with battle royale games. Like I know that Bethesda is getting a fucking verbal ass kicking from me. Like seriously, they're gonna get a verbal.
Look, Bethesda's known for the most glitchiest games in all of creation. Let's just cut them some slack. Literally, that's like, okay, saying Bethesda makes glitchy games is like looking at Wee Man and saying, ha, you're short. Okay, everyone knows. Like, it's not even a secret. Like, 12 years later, it's still the same glitch in the same exact spot with the same exact can that's floating in there.
And
Like, I can bitch about PUBG too. Sometimes you'll drop into a city, dude, there's a floating car. And you're just like, well, what the fuck is this? And then you talk to your team, you guys seeing this? Yeah. Everyone's having the same render issue. And it's like that for any game. Dude, any server can have a fuck up. It doesn't matter what it is.
I can literally say that Bethesda came out with a damn good Doom game.
Oh yeah.
That game was
But
dope.
that's another topic.
Yeah, that's another topic. But my problem is not with the freaking thing about that. It's like it's something else. But as I said, we're gonna leave that to another time. But we'll leave that to another time. But like, oh my goodness, like as I said, like with that topic with the fans and developers. Like the word asshats like just came out. I'm like I don't think it was
Listen, if anybody gets offended in like a gaming community because they're getting called an asshat, I'm not gonna lie, you are definitely an asshat.
And a pussy.
Because every
Sorry.
goddamn player I've come across at some point in their life of playing video games becomes an asshat. I used to be a pretty nice guy.
They were called freeloaders also.
I literally snapped on Siege today.
Yeah.
I had 4 random people, 2 jumped out, 2 other people came in because we lost our first match because some moron went and planted the bomb within the first minute and it got defused instead of taking half their team out first. So I'm carrying the team on a losing streak here, and I'm like, really? So I'm the only one with a headset and actually doing something when we got 3 people that are like 0 for 4. I have to carry the whole goddamn team, me and one other guy.
Yeah. And true honesty, for
We'll just start
PlayStation,
streaming and be a fucking bot.
in true honesty, there's no really excuse for PlayStation because that shit comes with an earpiece. That shit comes with a fucking earpiece. And I don't care if it's annoying, you have a damn earpiece.
I have a $45 Walmart headset 3 rooms away. You don't need a Turtle Beach to play a game like Siege.
Dude, I want to get the Trayans, Mom. The Trayans. Give me the Trayans, Mom. How much are the Trayans be? $280.
I want $280 headsets so I can listen to dudes toilet 3 rooms away.
No, and you know, I can hear a guy just leave his fucking headphone on, like right next to his TV, and I hear his fucking TV, or I hear his music in the background, or I hear his fucking kid like screaming, like all crying, like wanting attention, or him arguing with his girlfriend, and then him like talking shit like this team sucks, man. This team sucks, man. You guys don't listen. You guys don't do anything.
That's why I'm thankful. I was a dumbass with my money. I spent $1,300 as soon as the Razer 2 gaming phone came out, right?
Okay.
I regret it because the vapor cooling system kind of has been really shitty the past couple months, and my glue on the inside of the back is starting to fade. But overall, it's a really good phone, especially for PUBG. You know, I'm gonna keep plugging that in. It's life. I'm sorry, but PUBG's life. But when it comes to my phone, dude, I don't even have to use headsets. Like, I have Dolby Atmos, and I crank it on to a movie setting. Dude, I can hear footsteps 5 houses away. And I just run up, done. Like, I average 12 to 15 kills a game. Like.
So, in other words, if you buddy guys buy a $1,300 phone to crank that shit to the theater. Got it.
Actually, it was a $1,300 phone.
Actually, I was about to get me one of those Razer phones.
$1,300.
Yeah, $1,300 phone. All right.
I'm a big sweat, bro. I get pissed, bro. If I drop while I'm streaming, yo, I say every word in the book. There's not one slur I don't use. There's not one cuss word I don't use, and that's why people like watching me. Is because I'm not afraid to say that shit. Like, I'll be like, yo, you know, I won't say anything because we're going on you. But
certain slurs and bad words will not be named in the making of this man's production.
You know what? There is nothing worse than being called a Hanzo. No, there's nothing worse than being called a Hanzo main. There is nothing fucking worse.
I was literally going to. You son of a bitch. We're not friends. Fucking plebeian.
No, it's a space station.
It's like you're playing.
Goddamn plebeian.
It's like you're playing. Tekken. Oh man, you're a Harang main. That's it. You freaking suck. And they just bully you the whole time. And
that's kind of true though. That's a very true statement.
Gorilla Grog, shut down your brain for.
I'm sorry, but if you're playing Tekken and it's a tag team Tekken and you're not playing, you know, you're not playing Paul and Devil Jin. I'm sorry.
I was playing Kazuya and Jin.
Garbage.
I was playing Kazuya and Jin
right now.
I'm sorry.
Suckage.
I'm
Whole
sorry.
lot of cabbage going on.
I'm sorry. There was massive combos coming in through that. I'm sorry.
Dude, that's when you throw Eddie and the samurai. I can't think of his name.
Eddie and Yoshimitsu.
Yeah, Yoshimitsu and Eddie, dude. That's a tag team from hell. You will see that in championships for Tekken.
I kind of know why you use Devil Jin and Paul then.
I'm Satan, bro. I'm Hellboy.
No, cause Paul takes like almost 60 to 70% of your health with one hit.
Oh yeah.
And then
You
freaking
hit
Devil
someone
Jin.
one time with that flying, bro. It's over.
Yeah, and then Devil Jin takes is Devil
That
Jin.
ponage with the laser eyes.
Yeah, that shit. That shit fucking is annoying.
I'm gonna hop off of here real quick.
Yeah,
I'm gonna run upstairs and get on here on my phone.
Yeah, I'm about to be off of the stream anyway. So the podcast because
Yeah, I have some PUBG to play tonight.
yeah. So the podcast is all set, but you know we had my boy Hellboy Games, we had my friend Chris and my friend Walter come in, and you know we were talking about these topics. We're gonna continue on with another topic and next time, and I think the next topic is actually gonna be Fortnite. We're gonna do Fortnite.
Actually, it's gonna be fuck Fortnite. That's the topic.
Okay.
You know what? I can get down with a. I've played every single season, and I could say anything past season 3 has been completely trash.
Yeah, and this motherfucker this guy had the freaking audacity to be like, Nick, he like calls me on freaking Facebook. He's like, Nick, why are you playing Fortnite? Why are you playing Fortnite, Nick?
Yeah, because it was past season 3. After season board crap, and it sucks ass now.
Okay, season 9 was not too bad. I thought season 9 was
Nothing
okay.
screams pedophile like a Fortnite. I'm sorry. Changed my mind.
Hey, listen, you know what? At the time, it was a hype game. I got into it, shit to it, and I was like, this sucks.
As I said,
Dude,
I prefer Save the World.
You play one game of Fortnite with a bunch of randoms. You're playing with a 7-year-old, a 12-year-old, and probably a 40-year-old that's trying to hit on the 7-year-old.
See, but that's just it. I don't like going in with randoms. I need a squad of friends off my friends list.
Yeah, that's like also a team of 6 with Overwatch.
Squads.
I'm actually considering buying PUBG sometime in the next month. So if I do, I will hit you up.
Well, I play mobile, my boy. I 1440p,
Damn.
120 hertz a second.
Yeah, his phone is
Yeah,
a
buddy.
gaming phone. It's one of those top-notch ones. It's actually pretty good.
I have a Razer 2 gaming phone, man. I play at my settings for when I game on PUBG is 1440p, 120 hertz a second, and I think I'm up to 120 frames a second as well. So
Yeah, so
yeah.
so that's,
You basically have a handheld game console. Well, I'm
Yes.
getting off here. So I will catch you guys later.
Alright.
That
I'm gonna close out a little bit. Alright, so alright guys, if you're looking for any type of commission work, anything with video games, comic books, or anything that you have in mind, by all means go ahead and contact Rando20XX on Instagram, Twitch, and Facebook, and then by all means he'll go ahead and give you a good price for great commission work. Also, make sure to follow Travis Brown on Instagram and his Twitter, and also follow him on his Spotify and his SoundCloud, which are in those profiles as well. Also, by all means, go ahead and take a look at some of the nice design t-shirts at teespring.com/CycleWorld, and follow CycleWorld on his Twitch and also his Instagram. And by all means, follow Rose on Instagram and on YouTube if you like amazing music being done and anything of like any hip-hop design. And also, this podcast is sponsored by Pulse Labs. If you are looking for any type of amazing equipment for gaming, such as gaming chairs, gaming tables, gaming keyboards, then go into the description and make sure to go ahead and click on the link with Pulse Labs on it. Make sure to subscribe to the EHG community, turn on your notifications when we get new streams and new videos set out. Join us on Facebook, our Discord channel, and make sure to subscribe to our moderators in the description. So, thank you guys very much for joining into this podcast. I appreciate it. It was pretty fun, and we got to do this again. Like, I want to do this again. It's really, really fun. But,
Yeah, it was good.
yeah, like, it was really, really fun. But, like, next one is going to be that Fortnite topic, which I'm going to go off on. I'm really going to go off on it. I can't wait. But, alright, this is your boy CrazyMaze98, aka Nicholas Morales, founder of the EHG community, and stay tuned for another episode of the EHG podcast.